Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Bedomy and this is Dark Souls Prepare to Die Edition. This is a PC port of a console game developed by From Software and released on Windows in 2012. Now you might be asking yourself, why am I making a video about this game 6 years afterwards? And the answer is pretty simple. I did not have a decent computer back then, nor do I want to purchase a console. This game is perfectly good on PC, even though the port of it is a horrible mess. Well, let me explain myself. I believe this sort of gaming... I believe PC gaming is it's the absolutely the best choice when it comes to gaming. Unfortunately, it's mostly played by the, bigger companies like Microsoft and Sony, who also have consoles, and they usually make sure that games coming out for consoles and they're ported to PCs are downgraded so consoles appear superior to it. But that's not the point. This is a first impressions video on the game, and honestly, my initial impression when I purchased the game was, this is a load of crap. This is mostly due to the fact that the port was horrible. It still is, but I have to blame the From Software partially because they rushed it. They rushed with their work. I understand they don't have the experience or the personnel who know how to port the games to PC. And I'll show you what I mean by that in a matter of seconds. First things first, you can see that options menu when it comes to graphics are limited. And unfortunately, I cannot change anything for the simple problem that the game will crash immediately if I change anything. And the second problem with the game when it comes to graphical options was the fact that it was locked on 30 FPS, frames per second. And also there is another problem. I did download a lot of fixes for the game which were made by modders, but some problems still remain. One of them is the game still crashes on my PC. So I'll have to be brief when it comes to making a video about this. And as you can see, some of the key mapping in this game is, it does try to emulate a controller. It's not something I desire when I'm playing on a mouse and keyboard. And as you can see here in the lower left, the UI still thinks this game has a game controller attached. So, and I assure you, I do not have a game controller plugged or possess one. Anyway, my fourth gripe with this is some actions were multiple actions were bound to a single key. Luckily, there is a fix that allows you to spread those actions to different keys, and I'll try to include the download link for it in the description of this video, if I remember from which site I found it, from which site I actually downloaded it. Anyway, I understand this is somewhat bad when it comes to commentary and critique, but this is my first time and the game crashed around 10 times when I tried to record it. So I apologize, and damn it. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I apologize for the cut, but the game crashed, so it took me a while to fix it. I say fix it, but it will probably crash in half an hour, so I'm not holding my hopes up. And while we're on the subject of crashing, I apologize to anyone watching XCOM Chronicles. Not that there is anyone watching it, but still, if you are, I'm sorry. The game is also crashing, so until I fix that, I'm putting the series on hiatus. So for now, you'll have to suffice with my first impressions videos for a while. So as you can see, this game is visually stunning, and I think it draws a lot of inspiration from the world of Berserk, a very good manga and anime series, but also a lot of Western. And this is somewhat embarrassing. I am part of Western culture, and I can't even pronounce Western properly. Anyways, I was saying, this is a good chance to. As I was saying, this draws a lot of influences from Western culture and their mythology, but it also mixes it up with some of Japanese monsters. Well, not Japanese monsters. Actually, I'm not sure if the street people are ants. Are they supposed to be ants from Lord of the Rings or some other creature from some different mythology? But as you can see, these are a basic. This is a basic opponent in this area. As you can, this area is something of a learning area for for visitors. Oh, no, you don't. It's a learning area for visitors. So basically, once you step in this area, you will encounter a small number of common enemies, and you will be forced to fight them on a regular basis to learn their tactics and attack patterns, which is a pretty good system for let's try again. This is something of a tutorial area for the general area you're entering, if for the lack of the better word. And let me show you what I mean. As you progress through the forest, you will encounter either a fog wall or a doors or a set of doors, whatever, or a doors. Wow, I'm tired of this. I apologize. This game crashed 10 times already, and trust me, when you try recording something for 10 times, you will you will be fatigued. And I apologize. I'm really sorry about stuttering and everything, but this is the result of multiple crashes. So as you can see, these are the doors, and this is a more advanced area. And well, it's not a distance. In the near vicinity, you can see a green glow. This is of my bloodstain. It's a place where I died, and this is where my souls are. Souls I have collected are, and waiting for me to take them back. So for now, I'll just try to. How the hell do you always wait with those? Oh, come on. Yeah, as you can see, the AI in this game is somewhat peculiar. It lets the opponents wait until they grab some distance so they can cast their attacks immediately, or if I try dodging them, that they'll postpone the attack and I'll be stuck in the middle with them, or it will summon a ghost from nowhere and I'll be killed in a moment's notice. Progress, people. Okay, I'm not gonna complain. This is how the game earned its reputation. As you can see, there is a learning curve to this game. You really need to learn where the enemies are and what type of area you're fighting in. So, well, it's not that there are area damages apart from traps, but actually not traps, they're just enemy positions. And this is the main part of the game. Once you die, the enemies will respawn. Well, most of them. The mini-bosses and bosses themselves stay dead if you manage to kill them. And actually, same goes if you rest at the bonfire. But anyway, as I was saying, don't make a big deal out of dying. You'll do this. They'll happen a lot in this game. Whoa. Okay, that was close. And oh no, I'm not dealing with both of you. So for now, I'm dealing with a little bastard. With this little bastard. Okay, you dead. You die. Oh, I'm screwed. I'm screwed. No, I'm not. No. Oh no, you don't. Okay, as you can see, this is very interesting actually when it comes to AI in this game. They are either incapable of figuring out that they have to move to the side to avoid a tree or a wall, which I'll demonstrate for you what I mean by that. Anyway, the selling point of this game is usually the boss fights, and to be fair, the fights are quite epic when you manage to defeat a boss, especially a challenging one, or at least the ones that suddenly call their friends as for assistance. Actually, they need assistance from their friends, or you can just be a little. Well, it's okay. I'm gonna be honest. It's not cheating if you're using magic in this game. It takes time to cast any spells, casting takes time, and opponents will not give you the necessary time to cast any of your spells. So, for example, if I were using a staff and a magical missile, I'd probably stand there for a couple of seconds like a dummy, and those guys would take pot shots at me without second thought. But there is a problem when it comes to basic enemies. Most of them tend to beeline it for you without a second thought, no matter if there's a wall between them or an empty space. So in most cases, I just have to stand near a cliff and wait for my opponents to come running towards me and just sidestep, or actually I don't even have to sidestep. I just have to look at the idiots as they fall over the ledge. And I'll demonstrate the other problem I have with this game momentarily. Actually, I can just make a cut here, so if you'll excuse me. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I hope the wait wasn't too long. Actually, I'm editing this, so there was no wait for it. Anyway, as I was saying, this game does have some great moments. It is pretty decent, but as you can see, there are a couple of problems with it, with the base code, with the source code of the game as well. Well, that was not. I think this problem was present everywhere, on consoles and on PC. As you already saw, this soldier hit me through a wall. He didn't try to, I don't know, take a turn and come at me from the side. He just went towards me and stabbed me. And that's the problem with this game. That's the main problem I have with this game. The AI is somewhat limited. The solid objects are also limited. For example, if I try to attack, this won't pass. It will just bounce off. But let me be honest, if you can overlook those problems, this is a very fun game to play. Actually, you can even make a career if you're a Twitch streamer or something. But since I'm trying to become a YouTuber, this is, oh damn it, this is somewhat limited to my abilities to talk. And if you're watching it this far, I'm guessing you can probably guess how good of a talker I am, how bad of a talker I am actually. Anyway, is it a fun game? Yes. Would I recommend it to other people? Yes, if you're a hardcore PC gamer or a hardcore gamer by any stretch of the word, even if you're a filthy console player. Now, okay, I'm joking. I'm kidding. Consoles are great for certain games, like fighters or spectacle fighters, for example. In visual novels, for the matter. But I don't believe that shooters or... Oh, no. Okay. And while we're on the subject of... Oh, you chewing ass monkeys. Anyway, as I was saying, there are a couple of games that should be ported on PCs, such as shooters, most of them. Halo, for example, but that's a long story, so I'm not gonna start ranting about it. What was I? Fighters, yeah, I can see them. They're better off on consoles, because of the control schemes. But let's not get sidetracked. As you already saw, I was locking onto most of my opponents, and there was a problem in the basic port. If you move once you move the mouse, you would probably switch your lock onto a different opponent, and then you would automatically miss both targets and die in a matter of seconds. And I have a feeling I already said that. Anyway, that's about it when it comes to problems to this game. Let's try listing something positive. As you can see, I already said, the game looks beautiful. The story is not told to you by usual means. You have to explore the game and discover lore bits and equipment that actually has some lore attached to it. For example, I'm guessing these soldiers were once guardians of this proud castle, but some horrible plague happened and most of them died off and became mummies such as myself. Actually, there is a main focus of the game that there is some sort of plague that haunts people and turns them into undead nightmares, and I'm also one of them, but I retain my sanity. Okay. Yeah, let's see what else intelligent there is for me to say. Actually, not much. I'm just rambling on. But anyway, as you can see, this is a fun game. That's a given. And somehow I keep messing up. Oh no. Okay, not messing up. As you can see, this is a very heavy action-oriented game. You are presented with means of survival, and they're all presented to you in the opening level of the game. But there are a couple of options to increase your chances of survival, such as acquiring souls or humanities, or yeah, both of them, so you can level up or reinforce or repair your equipment. And I think I have enough souls to acquire. Yeah, I have enough souls to level up, so I can give you a quick demonstration. So for now, this is just a quick suggestion. When you're playing this, if you're a first timer, try investing into stamina as much as possible. Well, don't. Actually, the key components to this game is endurance and vitality. This is your health, and this is your stamina. Try increasing them to at least above. Try increasing them to 3 digits. Afterwards, spend some souls on other stats, basically. I like, as you probably saw, I like playing as a jack of all trades. That's just my personal preference. Nothing wrong with wanting to play as a mage, but there are a lot of options that this game doesn't. You're not stuck to one class if you decide to change suddenly. What I'm trying to say is, if you start as a mage, and you decide it's not working for you, you can spend some points and become a warrior mage or something. But I know that people often say that mages are the easy mode of the game, but that's a pretty obvious lie if you ask me. Most magics take some time to actually be casted, so enemy has enough time to either close the gap between you or interrupt your spell casting if they're an archer or something. And so, yes, you really need to pay attention to your timing. And yes, and that's about it. No, it's not about it. What I want to say, it's just the base of it. As you can see, this game really tests your memory and your. Okay, it's not testing your memory. You're encouraged to memorize your surroundings and your opponents. Study them and learn what their weaknesses are. For example, I know these soldiers are prone to attacking fast, or prefer speed type. Well, they don't have much in the ways of equipment, but they can always attack rapidly due to their low stamina cost. I mean, their attacks cost minimal stamina, so they can attack me multiple times, but a lot of times, basically. But if I'm either smart and position myself, I can abuse those grenadiers over there and maybe cook them a lot and set these guys on fire. So anyway, or I can just time it properly and parry their attacks and kill them with that. So yes, where was it? This game got a reputation for notorious bosses, and it's a good reputation. You really have to study your opponent and know when to strike him. For example, as I already demonstrated on most of these hollows. Once you know your enemy, this game becomes a cakewalk. And that's about it I have for this episode. I might do another one if I have the time, or actually I will have the time. Basically depends if the game will hold long enough for me to record it. So anyway, thank you for watching. Please consider subscribing, or at least leaving a comment and suggesting what I should do to improve. And good night. My name is Bedomy, and I hope to make another video like this soon.